Well, good afternoon, y'all. We're we're up in Kentucky this week. One of my buddies that used to work at the car wash with me. His dad has a place up here on the Cumberland River for like trout fishing and just a little hunting cabin up here. So they got a pretty good little bit of land up here too that we're able to hunt and permission to hunt on the neighbor's land too. So we got a couple hundred acres we can hunt on. But up here, there's a lot more hills, but it's not too bad where we are. We're kind of down in a valley next to the river, but all the land around here is like pretty thick, like cedar bedding area, woods, and then a lot of fields like this right here, a lot of ag. It looks like soybeans and corn mostly, and then some of these fields aren't planted in anything. Coleman is hunting on in the corner of a soybean field where there's some pretty big rubs and scrapes, and there's some pretty big rubs and scrapes right here too. I'm hunting the edge of this field, which isn't planted in anything, but it's a little bottleneck from all them woods and soybeans over there to all the woods behind us too. And it appears there's a lot of deer in here. We've only been here about 3 hours and have seen 7 deer already, just riding around in the truck and on the four-wheeler. So it seems like it's loaded with deer. There's a lot of sign in here. It seems like it's a pretty good area. There's a lot of deer here. Don't know how big the bucks are or how many big bucks there are, but anything that I think is 3.5 years or older, I'm probably going to take. I'm not going to be super picky. But it looks like a good spot. We're just going to try it out for about 4 days, 5 days. And supposed to have good conditions, get real cold this weekend, so hopefully that works out, and me or him, one or both of us, can get a deer on the ground. So was a pretty crazy exchange there. That I was gonna shoot that doe, and she had 3 babies with her, and she got over here in the field at about 35 yards, and then her babies got real frisky and just like took off running over here to the creek and started hopping the creek and playing in the creek. And then the doe got underneath me and got a little suspicious, and I don't know if she smelled me or caught me moving. But anyway, she circled around me for like 10 minutes, and the babies came to this side of the creek, and she finally worked her way over here and walked around me forever and ever. But she didn't really act like she was scared, more like she was curious and wasn't used to people hunting here. So I guess that's a good thing. But as she was walking away, her babies had already went up in the woods or on up out of sight, and they started doing some little fawn grunts. And they were all 3 doe fawns, best I could tell. Anyway, they started doing some fawn grunts, and then I heard like a big grunt in there with it too. And she was standing right up under me. It wasn't her, it was up in the woods with them. And then so she finally went up in there with them, and then a small doe like ran from right to left on that wood line up there where it changes to like the thick pines or cedars. And not maybe 5-10 minutes later, a bigger deer went through there, and he was dark and had his tail stuck straight out, kind of postured and ruffled up. But I grunted at him but couldn't get him to do anything, and I never saw his rack or saw what he had. It was just too thick. I had one little hole and I missed it with the binoculars, but when he went by. But we got about 10 or 15 more minutes, so maybe something I'll come by here in a minute. It looks like this is a really good like transitional, just like a pass-through spot, so we'll see how it goes.